The 2023 National Senior Certificates examination will run through from the 30th of October to the 6th of December 2023. Here are the key milestones included from the following. Candidates receiving their individual timetables, admission letters as from the 17th of October. Marking of the written examination scripts process will start on the 4th of December 2023 to 21st December 2023. Capturing of the SBA's marks starts from the 23rd of October to the 17th of November 2023. The capturing of written marks starts from the 9th of December to the 23rd of December 2023. The standardization of the marks starts from the 3rd to the 5th of January 2024. The National Minister releases the 2023 National Senior Certificates results on the 18th of January 2024. We shall release our own results as a province of grade 12 on the 19th of January 2024. In terms of the registration of all 2023 National Senior Certificate examinations, the full-time and part-time candidates that have been completed by now, with just final clearance being done also. The 2 sets of preliminary registration data sets were printed and distributed to all full-time senders to verify the accuracy of the registration. The preliminary schedules were printed for part-time candidates as well for verification of accuracy of the registration. What is key on this slide is that whenever you are engaged on any process, you must always learn, and learn. That last time you have got an issue of SBAs in Pumlani, in Butterworth, Amatole East, means something that must be learned by the system. And therefore, this is responding to that, so that you close any loopholes in the process that could create an aftertaste when kids are supposed to be getting their own results. So this is what we have done as a direct response of any potential threat in the process, so that you don't find yourself being vulnerable as a system in the process. Hence, I just wanted to emphasize why this slide. And hence I'm saying, when you engage on anything, you must always look into the blind spots. What are the lessons of yesterday? What must you do now? What are the prospects of having a smooth, synergized system of examinations for tomorrow? And we are responding to that question. The number of learners entries has slightly improved compared to 2022. In 2023, they have increased from 98,756 to 98,822 candidates in 953 exam centers. District enrollments differs from one district to another, but the highest enrollments are on the following districts. That's another area, which is a key area, because if you look in terms of the statistics of last year, centers have increased because of the magnitude of the learners that we have in the province. OR Tambo Coastal constitute 13,663 learners, one district. OR Tambo Inland constitute 12,943. Nelson Mandela constitute 12,450. Without being ridiculous, these 3 districts can represent a number of provinces in this country. Some provinces are represented by this number. some provinces. Go and research what I'm saying. So meaning, for us to be able to achieve the targets that we want without undermining other areas, you need a closer look here. A very closer look here, because these are the polling districts in terms of the numbers, followed by Buffalo City as the fourth one. Printing of question papers. Printing has already been started on the 4th of October with a printing plan and submitted to DPE for approval. Packing logistics were concluded in time. Storage nodal points are almost ready. The distribution plan is almost ready. In terms of the storage and also the security, examination material has been printed, stored, distributed in highly secured environment. The ECDOE team is working closely with the state security agencies for the guidance on safety and security of the examinations material in the whole value chain system. All the recommendations pertaining to the central printing, packaging, storage facilities have been implemented. All national norms pertaining to collection, storage of national question papers are strictly adhered to. The departmental officials are deployed on a full-time basis in the printing, packaging, storage, and distribution facilities. The purpose is to ensure adherence to all prescribed procedures for all the steps in the value chain, from storage of the master copies to the collection of the papers by the transportation services provider. The printing and packaging facilities were just reassessed by the security agencies, duly certified. Staff employed in the question papers management are being vetted for this 2023 examination cycle. A comprehensive risk adjustment plan is available and gets invoked when load shedding and other risk factors demand. In terms of the recruitment of invigilators, the recruitment of the invigilators has been completed, colleagues, and the submission of the appointment of invigilators have been approved already. Training of chief invigilators was done on the 11th to 19th of October. Also, in terms of the markers, the assessment instruction was issued in April 2023, inviting all qualifying educators to apply online as markers. Verification was done at all levels, schools, districts, and province. The process is to ensure that educators are meeting the PEM requirements. The selection process has been concluded, and 6,580 markers, supported by 1,835 examinations assistants, has been appointed for the marking of grade 12 in 2023. But if a kid happened to be involved in irregularities, there are serious penalties. So you must avoid them getting into any gap on that. Because remember, in terms of law, once that kid has been cashed up on irregularities, it means she or he will have to forfeit almost 3 consecutive examinations processes. This one, next one, and the other one. In essence, plus minus 2.5 years can't be enrolled as a grade 12 learner in this country. So safety becomes key. Don't allow them to be found with irregularities. Find a way to discipline teachers not to be obsessed by results such that they make kids to perform irregularities, because penalties comes heavily on kids than on educators. And hence I'm saying, I'm emphasizing the importance of being honest and making sure that irregularity, behavioral offenses and acts of dishonesty has to be drastically decreased and in the province. But we don't have that history, of course. But I'm saying for safety reasons, you did need to have a plan that talks to that. Because one kid that happened to be penalized, it means the entire life of that kid has been obstructed. So we must avoid that. Irregularities identified during the writing of the examinations reported by district to the province and hearings are held, or irregularities identified at the marking centers are to be resolved by the irregularity officers appointed in each marking center. We are also engaging the traditional leaders, churches, youth formations, and all institutions of the people in order to ensure that there are no behavioral, ethical questions in the context of conducting the national public examinations. The provincial pledge ceremony for 2023 will be hosted in Buffalo City today and is in line with the DBE National Pledge signing ceremony. A program of support for 22 days of intensive learning incubation has been conceptualized already. The program will run from the 27th of October to the 19th of November 2023. We have taken a view that we need a target support, not a generic support. District will be responsible for the identification of these choice of these learners and risk of these subjects. These learners will be supported by 598 tutors drawn from the best teachers in the province. The rundown per higher enrollment subjects is as follows. I won't waste your time again there. But what is key is that we have identified that there is a number of them on languages, from languages. There is a number of them from science, from natural sciences, which also include maths, about 11,994 of them, for example, in mathematics in the province, which must be dealt with via this program. You will remember that we are a maths and science province. That's another thing that you must note. Part of the difficulty of this province is that we are a maths and science province. The majority of kids of this province are doing maths and science. So in essence, it means your results are in maths and science, economic studies, and then languages. If you deal with the 6 subjects, you have dealt with the question on the table. So that's why we have developed this plan to respond to this. You'll get the detail on this one. But key to that is to ensure that you don't leave any student or learner behind. We have also resuscitated the call center services back now. But not for issues of employees now, but for issues of these kids. Since last week, we have started the incubation program back of the call centers based in Zwelitsha, the head office. The citizens' care lines of the call centers have been expanded to include now WhatsApp, SMS services, Facebook page, emails, and toll-free. We are going to deploy subject advisors there from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock every day, up until examinations have been finished. So that any kid who happened to have a challenge of any question within the subjects that they are going to write, as tabulated there is a support system to him or her to deal with that question far before that kid finds himself in the examination room with a bit of a difficult. We have created links for the visual lessons, and also we have created broadcasting lessons so that learners can be able to deal with the questions pertaining to their problems from 14 hours to 5 to 17 hours almost every day, so that they can have that interactive program. We have also explored the partnership that we have with Umhlobo Wenene and expand on it. You know, for example, that we do have partnership with Umhlobo Wenene. But now for this particular purpose, we just needed to expand on it and deals with it. And that program will be running in the following days, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Saturdays, between 10:30 and 20 and 21 hours. Between 20:30 and 21 hours on Tuesday. On Wednesday, between 20 hours and 20 and a half hours. So we have got that schedule of work which will be utilized. There must be a zero tolerance from the parents in terms of pens down in the province. We don't have that concept. We don't want to explain ourselves why kids have gone to Enyobeni. Equally, we don't want you to explain why you don't know your kid. You sleep without knowing your kid, where he or she is. Equally. Because there is a tendency of wanting to offload responsibility to state, you know? And if we allow that crisis of everything must be done by government, and even government must look after kids even post the schooling period, where are you? Where are you? So I'm saying there is no pen downs here. Everyone must focus on the task ahead, make sure that kids write examinations, makes kids that are supported, at least be minimum in reckless utterances. Minimum in reckless utterances, like for example, utumdana kayonto. You can't, because that anger can translate itself into the business that we're busy doing here. So I'm appealing that all of us, let's support the system, let's make sure that our family units take and reclaim their lost ground. Ndingatsho siliphondo into ubana siqule saligangatha sifundile kwimpazamo zangaphambili. Yilonto uzawufika ngoku sithetha nge-support systems emazenziwe ebantwaneni uqiniseka uba abantwana ba-ready ukubhala imviwo both academically and also psychologically. Siqashe abantu abayi-598 abazaba zii-tutors kweza incubation classes ezawuqala nge-27. Pha sijonge i-mathematics, i-physical science, i-economics studies, i-business studies, i-social science ne-languages zontathu zoyi-4 ezikhoyo apha eprovinsini. Injongo yinto yoba xa ujonga amanani alapha eprovinsini, u-70% wabantwana abanzi ugrade 12 apha eprovinsini bakweza subjects ndizibalileyo ziyi-7. Wezona ii-subjects ezibhalwa apha eprovinsini ziyi-25. Kodwa ubunintsi babantwana bapha kula 7. Into ethetha ukuthi ke lo 80% wethu upha kula first week yobhalwa kwemviwo uqala nge-30 ka-Okthobha ukuyoma nge-11 kaNovemba. Kwakhona siye saqiniseka into yokuba sithethile nabantwana, sithethile notishala, ngoku sizawuthetha nee-parents kule nto ine-pledge yokusayinwa kwezibhambathiso ukwenzela uba abantwana bayazi into elindelekileyo kubo, bangenzi impazamo ezingabangela into yokuba baphele bezi-victims ngenxa yokungakwazi mhlawumbi ungabi nalwazi oluphangaleleyo lwezinto. Okokugqibela kukuqiniseka into yokuba kwizinto ezingaphazamisana nemviwo apha eprovinsini sinetim esiyidibanisayo eza kwenza kube kunxulumano phakathi kwethu nezinye idepartment. Umzekelo, uba iweda iyasibhidisa ibonakalisa into yokubana kungakhe kungabhaleki ngenxa yongabikho kwendlela, ngenxa yongabikho kwee-bridges, sinayo loo plan, siphantsi kwengxoxo namasebe achaphazelekayo ukwenzela uba kungabikho nto ingakhe ibange kubekho i-question mark kwezi mviwo zizawuqala nge-30th ka-Okthobha.